In 1841, me corduroy breeches I put on. Me corduroy breeches I put on. Love from working on the railway. The railway. Well, I'm weary of the railway. Slow Paddy walks on the railway. In 1942, I moved my ship from Puddy'n crew. Moved my ship from Puddy'n crew and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy britches, digging ditches, turning switches, dotting bitches. I was working on the railway. In 1943, I broke my shovel across my knee. Broke my shovel across my knee and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy britches, digging ditches, turning switches, dotting bitches. I was working on the railway. Late in 1844, I landed on the Liverpool shore. Me belly was empty, me hands were sore. Love from working on the railway. The railway. Yes, I'm weary of the railway. Lord Paddy walks on the railway. In 1945, oh Paddy O'Connell, he was alive. Paddy O'Connell, he was alive and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy britches, digging ditches, turning switches, dodging bitches. I was working on the railway. In 1946, I moved my crew from Puddy'n bricks. Moved my crew from Puddy'n bricks and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy britches, digging ditches, turning switches, dodging bitches. I was working on the railway. Late in 1847. Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Paddy left one child, Paddy left 11. They were all working on the railway. The railway. Well, I'm weary of the railway. Lord Paddy walks on the railway.
George and Rebecca Trachtenberg were my grandparents, and when my mom, Estelle Trachtenberg, was about 4 years old, her mother, Rebecca Trachtenberg, died in a hospital after going in with an ear infection. And after she died, and like they did at the time, her father remarried fairly quickly, a woman named Blanche, I think. No, that's not right. What was her name? Bertha? Anyway, George and this other woman had another child who they named Arnold. And when my mom was 9 years old, and we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 1932, 33, George died at about 50 years old. And this woman took the baby, named Arnold, and left the family. And my mom's older sister, Jean, and her husband, Abe, who just having a baby of their own and just gotten married, took the rest of the family in and raised them as their own children. And a few years ago, Arnold, this other child, passed away. He'd spent most of his life in a VA, most of his adult life in a VA hospital, having been injured in a bar fight while he was in the Army, a bar fight over a woman. And since he never had any children, some lawyers found us as his nearest living relatives, and we all got a little bit of an inheritance for it. But more importantly, what it did was it brought this family together. Most of us haven't seen each other in 40 years since Some of our parents died back in the 60s and 70s, and others in the 80s and 90s. But we just all lost touch with each other, and this got us all together. And besides the money, that's the greatest gift that Arnold gave us.